Sri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai. Bholanath received an unexpected message from head office of collectorate in Dhaka with the instruction to leave Bajitpur. Anxiously, he travelled to Dhaka along with this body and stayed at his brother's single-room rented accommodation. The property belonged to Chintaharan Khushari, the landlord's nephew, who had just graduated as an engineer, was also visiting. He would silently sit inside the room where this body was staying, veiled and observing silence. One day, the boy wrote on a sheet of paper nearly 100 times, Ma, Ma, Ma. You are Jagajanani, Vishwavyapini, Vishwarupini, Rajeshwari Ma. You are mother of the world, and many more such words. Bholanath, not finding his work situation encouraging, considered sending me elsewhere. This body suggested to him to wait for another 3 days and see what came up. Within this time, he received his posting to Shahabad. On Thursday, April 10, 1924, we reached Dhaka and arrived at the garden known as Shahabad on Wednesday, April 16, 1924. A few days after our arrival, there I said to Bholanath, I see that there is a Siddheshwari here. Is there any tree around by that name as well? He pointed to some big trees near Shahabad at the Buroburi Tal, to which I replied, not these. Every evening we would visit the neighboring Ramana Kali temple to observe the Aarti there. One evening, Bholanath's friend Baul Chandra Basak accompanied us on our way back home. Conversing with him, we learned a great deal about the Siddheshwari Kali temple. Bholanath requested him to take us there someday. In the month of Ashadh, that is June-July, Bholanath and I visited Siddheshwari accompanied by Baul. At the temple gate, we saw a giant peepal tree that had been partially uprooted by a storm and was now growing in a slanting position. Immediately, this body remarked, this is the place and this is the very tree that I saw when I was in Shahabad, but there must have been more trees here earlier. In response, Baul confirmed, yes, there is a belief that a banyan, a peepal and a sandalwood tree had grown together to form a tree, which came to be known as the Tinitri tree. I now knew that this indeed was the Siddheshwari tree. Baul informed us that a jyoti can be seen in this tree depicting the radiant form of Siddheshwari Kali. Sometimes it moves back and forth between the tree and temple and dwells within the deity established as Siddheshwari, another form of the radiant Kali. The days passed by in Shahabad and I continued observing silence. One day, a neighbor's family came for an outing with their children. On seeing me, they exclaimed, "She's so pretty, but probably dumb as she does not talk." They were eating something and this body offered them some salt. At this they remarked, "We never asked for salt. How did she know that we needed it? Look, she is smiling. Poor thing, she seems to be deaf as well." Returning home, they told others about this incident. Afterwards, on making inquiry about this body, the elders in that family brought a sick boy of 8 for healing to Shahabad. The boy was an invalid. Through gestures, I told them to bring him another day, and when he came back the second time, this body took him on her lap and kept caressing his entire body with her hand. The boy lay there quietly. Later they left and I came to know that he had recovered fully. One day when he came to Shahabad, I saw him running about. Sri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai.